there, friends. Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library. And Gally and I are here today to talk to you about some really fantastic books related to our summer reading theme of Tales and Tales, so books about animals. And they're books that we absolutely love, and we hope and we think that you might love them too. Now, I wanted to focus today on two stories that are about heartwarming animals, and they're actually true stories. They're based on true stories. So the animals in both of these books actually existed, which sometimes I think makes the reading even more interesting and fulfilling because you know, hey, this is a true story. This actually happened. One's about a dog and one's about a cat, and the first one I want to talk about is Marley and Me by Grogan. Now, I'm sure that you've heard of this book, even if you've never read it. There was a movie that came out a few years back. I never saw it, but I heard it was really good. And basically, this is the true story about a really, really bad dog whose name is Marley. But he's really, really bad. Like, he destroyed things. He failed obedience school. Tranquilizers didn't work. He was just a path of destruction and chaos. But he had the most loving, pure, sweet heart of any dog ever. Labrador Retriever, and this is basically the story of this family and this couple that are just recently married, and they adopt this puppy who is just terrible. He's so bad, but how much he changed their lives for the good because of how sweet he really was and how much joy and love he brought into their lives. So it's really a story. If you've had a dog before, if you've really have had any pet before, you'll know this feeling, and you know how amazing it can be when an animal comes into your life and just you open your heart to them and they open their heart to you. And this is a story of one such dog, Marley. So it would probably be really cool to read the book and watch the movie as well and compare the two. Like I said, I haven't seen the movie, so I can't really say how good or bad it is. But I have read the book and I love the book, so I'm sure that the movie's not too bad either. So highly recommend it, especially this summer. Marley and Me by Grogan. Now, the next one, switching gears a little bit, is a cat story. And this is the story of Dewey, the library cat the library cat who touched the world. And this is by Vicki Myron. Now, this is a true story about a cat in Iowa. And this story is very close to my heart, not only because it's about a cat, and I am definitely a cat person, but also because it takes place in a library, because you see Dewey, named for the Dewey Decimal System, was found one really, really cold night. He was shoved in the book return, where you deposit your books to return them from the library. He was put in there as a kitten. Somebody abandoned him in there, and the library director found him the next day, frostbitten, so cold, didn't think he was going to survive, but he did survive. And that's the most amazing story of all, is that he survived. Not only did he survive, he thrived, and he became just a wonderful member of this community, of the world, really, because he became famous. I don't know if you've heard of this cat, but I know I did before I read the book, just because the story has it's traveled. Everybody has heard of this cat, but even if you haven't, this book is so amazing. And I also really like there are pictures as well, so you get to see what Dewey actually looked like. Look at that handsome fella. And it basically this book just really goes into the situation with the library, how he lived there, and how he touched the lives of patrons and the library director and really everybody that came into contact with him, because he was just a sweet, loving, beautiful cat. Let me see if I can find another picture here. Oh, here's one of the dust jacket with Vicki Myron and Dewey. So this is another really great story. Even if you're not a cat person, I mean, I love dogs and cats, but I definitely tend to lean more towards the cats end of the pet spectrum. But even if you're not a fan of cats, this is just a beautiful story. It's a story about a community coming together. It's a story about a library. It's a story about this woman, Vicki, who found hope after she lost her family home and she survived breast cancer. And it's just a really overall wonderful story. So it's Dewey the Library Cat. And like I said, both those stories are going to be found in the nonfiction section. I'll put the link in the video below if you'd like to check them out. So those are the ones we have for you today. I hope they sound really interesting and great. If so, this summer is a great time to read them. Like I said, the summer reading theme is Tales and Tales. So read an animal book. If you like dogs, read Marley and Me. If you like cats, read about Dewey. If you like them both, read both of them. But you can get them both from the Farmington Community Library. You can come and get them through curbside service or come into the building. And don't forget also to sign up for summer reading if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much, friends, and have a wonderful rest of the day.